Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the world's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got to for you today. Billy and Emily England are the extreme rollerblading duo from Birmingham, England, who are currently starring and getting through to the end of America's Got Talent as two of the biggest stars. And I'm delighted to say they join us on the phone now from Las Vegas. Guys, how are you?
Oh, yeah, we're great. I mean, it's so great to we can talk to people back home and let them know how we're doing. Obviously, there's a big time difference out here, so it's kind of hard to keep in touch with people because when I'm awake, they're asleep, and when they're asleep, we're awake. But yeah, no, we're doing great, and we're just so happy that we managed to step it up and get to the end of the show right now.
People accuse me of being sycophantic, Emily, but I got to tell you, I think your act is one of the most breathtakingly brilliant, beautiful, and amazing acts in the world. Congratulations! I only saw you in May. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. We've been working really hard, and we're really lucky that we get to, perform together, me and my brother, because a lot of people are, not related and are just partners, and we get to experience together. So we really feel, lucky that our mom got us into the business together.
You're both from Birmingham. Tell us your story, Billy, because it's an amazing showbiz story of success.
Well, our mom taught us, when we were kids, how to skate. And we just kept doing it. And then when our dad died, it was some hard times. And I worked my sister went off and did some waitressing. I worked in a call center for 4 years. Kept skating on the side, I'm trying to keep fit and everything. I worked in a call center for 3 or 4 years. It was really tough for us. But eventually we got it together and we went on Britain's Got Talent. And everyone remembers us from that. We did okay, but then we took more time. We kept working really hard, and eventually, we ended up in America in Las Vegas, and we were on America's Got Talent, and every round now we've stepped it up, and we've worked really tirelessly to step it up, and the judges and the people out here really have taken to that because there's always been a distinctive step up and increase in skill level. So we're just working so hard, and we really wanted to try and make it as far as we can into the end of the competition, and we just take it day by day, show by show, and we just never give up really.
And let's face it, your act is dangerous, isn't it, Emily? I mean, you both can die. Basically, you're on roller skates, Billy, and then you take Emily and you throw her around the theatre until you both stop at the end of the song. It's marvellous.
Yeah, we're really trying to bring skating, we're kind of doing an aerial skating act because we skate so many heights. So we've combined aerial and roller skating in one, which no one has ever done before. So it is really dangerous, yeah, because, when you do something in the air, usually you have something to hold on to or you have a safety rope. But with the skating, it's absolutely impossible to add a safety line because it gets wrapped around my neck or his neck.
We're the first people in the world to ever hang off someone's beard. I'm the first person to skate with a beard and things on stage. And the thing is, it's so dangerous. We're so scared before we go up there. I mean, we try and rehearse to a relative degree, because it's very hard to get stage time and rehearse these things so high up. Maybe we ran it through 4 or 5 times high up, but we're really terrified before we go on. We're really scared. We try our best to be solid and stable up there, but also have the danger aspect and not try and go too crazy. But obviously that's still it's really tough to stay on there. It's shaking. The stage is shaking like crazy. It's wobbling everywhere. It's really tough to stay up there. So we're really trying to, in rehearsal, I was on the floor and I actually fell off the stage when I threw my head back. So I stopped throwing my head back when I was high up because it was too dangerous because I couldn't really guarantee that I could stay on the table. So that was it really.
And let's face it, I mean, I've interviewed most magicians in the world and they do the shtick that what they do is dangerous when they disappear or chop themselves in half. And maybe it is, but in reality, the likelihood is they're not going to chop themselves in half. You really can fall off that stage if you make a wrong move, or most importantly, lose concentration. And what I admire about you in Vegas, you're doing 2 shows a night at Absinthe at Caesar's Palace, which is a phenomenal show. How do you stay focused twice nightly, 5 or 6 days a week? Because that's the skill, isn't it, Emily?
Yeah, it really is, and I work myself up, but my brother really, I lose control and I work myself up, and my brother talks to me and he's like, Emily, I've got this, don't worry, I'm not going to, we've done it 1,000 times. He was telling me, how many times have we done it? We've done it 1,000 times, we can do this. And then after, after a massive show, he'll tell me, oh, I was really scared too. But he knows how to,
Yeah, I don't want to tell you. I'm like, well, I didn't tell you, but I was really scared. Before I go on, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, yeah, no, I've got this, but afterwards I'm like, oh, I was really scared there. I'm glad I didn't let you know.
In the moment, like, I'm just listening to him and I'm like, well, he's got this. So if I can just stay really straight and not move and just trust him, then I've got it too. So, you know, you really talk to yourself and you convince yourself that you've got it. And then afterwards you watch it and you're like, what were we doing? That was just...
And you know, on top of that as well, like, you know, we do dedicate our lives to it. Like, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't go to bed too late. You know, we don't, like, walk around too much in the daytime in the sun, like, and get dehydrated before a show or anything. So we, like, definitely have, like, a strict diet and regime that we follow so that we're not, like, dizzy or tired or overtired or under the influence of any kind of, you know, like, substances before we go on, so that we can, like,
Billy loves coffee, and before a big show, like, he won't drink coffee because he knows that it might, you know, dehydrate his muscles.
Give me the jitters, make me shaky, like.
And
so for a few days before the competition, he'll cut out coffee, he'll cut out, you know, anything that is not good for him, which is a bit, you know, it's difficult. Coffee is kind of an addiction, you know.
What's also amazing about you both is you are both delicious, and this is obvious to anybody who sees your act. That's a big part of it as well. It's sexy and it's cute, and the guys like to look and the girls like to look, and then there's the technical brilliance, and then of course there's the physicality and the discipline of it. It is a beautiful act. Is your whole day about what you're eating and what you're not eating?
No,
Pretty
we
much.
enjoy to eat healthy, you know, like, we don't crave unhealthy food because we're kind of in a routine since we were kids. Our mum always taught us to eat good, so we really enjoy, like, a good salad or a good piece of fish or a good steak. So as long as you...
we try and hit the gym as well as much as we can. We both go, like, a lot, you know, to the gym and stuff, like different gyms, but we both go a lot. We didn't work like all the time. We've always tried to find an opportunity to perform, whether it was at, like, when we were kids, we used to, like, at the local park or, like, at little events and things, and it kind of grew from there. You know, we did it kind of grew from there, just bits and pieces. People saw us. We tried to, like, work at some nightclubs and things, you know, to get practice, because practice makes perfect. So we've always tried to, like, you know, we street performed as well to get experience. I remember when we used to, like, outside mobile phone stores and stuff, like, back in the day, and shopping centres outside McDonald's and whatever. So we just tried to get as much experience wherever we could. And now we're on, like, a big stage, and, like, all that experience, all that street performing in the rain, all that performing in the park, like, it's for us, it's like, it's really nerve-wracking, but we remember where we came from, and, like, we performed, like, on the street, and, like, our skates, like, used to break and things. So now it's like to actually perform with lights and music and, like, an air-conditioned room. It's, like, really, like, amazing. Like, it's really easy compared to what we used to do, you know.
And what I love about Absinthe, of course, it's so intimate and brilliant. It's got a lot of people in that Spiegel tent, but of course it feels so intimate. We get close up. On the other end of that scale is the millions and millions of people watching you on America's Got Talent. Is that thrilling to know that you're being beamed into everyone's home on the #1 show of the summer? I mean, it's still the biggest show on TV.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, we try not to think about it too much. Like, when we're before the show, we're just pretending that it's the audience, the whole Dolby Theatre. We're like, oh, it's just a Dolby, a couple thousand people. Because if you know that everyone in the world could be tuning in, I almost passed out just thinking about it.
Even the judges. I mean, even having the judges there, it's like when you see the 4 judges and they're there, and, like, you know, like, well, you've done it, like, in practice, like, maybe 100 times, but as soon as you get on there and you see the judges, like, you kind of legs go weak, and, like, you feel like my sister's, like, on my head, and I'm like, oh my god, is there, like, anyone there? I can't even feel her weight. Like, suddenly there's such an adrenaline rush. It's like I've got such an adrenaline rush. I don't even know that she's on my head. I can't feel like it's, like, super strength out of nowhere, but yeah, my legs are shaking. So it's kind of it's such a weird combination. What happens to you when you get out there? It's like you can't prepare for it, really, ever. Like, it's unbelievable.
Is there any hope we'll ever get you back in England? I mean, once you're in Vegas, to me, that's the greatest place on earth to be the best entertainer in your field, and that's what you are. And then add into that AGT. I mean, you're through to the semis. You'll probably end up winning it because you're so brilliant. When do we get to see you over here? Because we'd love to have you back.
We'd love to come back. Yeah, you never say never. I mean, we just take every opportunity as it comes, and we just see where it takes us, and we just follow, like, the path that's given to us. But never say never, you know. Hopefully, we'll be able to perform for, you know, in England at one point in the future again.
We'll open a show in London. Who knows? You know, they've opened one in Sydney. You know, they've opened in LA. You know, why not in London? Who knows what their plans are?
It'll be amazing.
Open in London, but to go.
Do either of you miss Birmingham at all?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I mean, yeah, home is home. You know, like home is where the heart is. You can't choose where your home is. But of course, like Birmingham's our home, and we grew up there, and it made us who we are today. And it's a great city. It's got a lot of amazing people in there, and like I said, we have lots of friends, and it was like the defining part of our life. We're in Birmingham, and we're still Brummies at heart. We're still Brummies, so we'll always be Brummies, even if we're in Vegas.
Our mom's always saying, Birmingham's so beautiful, you have to see it. They've done this. She's always telling us what they're building and what bus stops they put, new bus stops. Down the road,
someone came to us the other day from England. They were like, "You haven't lost your Birmingham accent, have you?" You can be here 5 years. And it's like, "You haven't lost your Birmingham accent. It's incredible."
How long have you both been in Vegas? Because you both got settled lives now. You're both there, living there properly. Because people think when you live in and work in Vegas, you stay in the casinos and go and do your job and then go and eat in buffets. That's not the truth at all, is it?
No, not at all. No, it's like you got a house and a family and stuff, and it's actually just like a regular life. But I mean, you could choose to be in the casinos, but that's more of like the bachelor life or whatever. But we don't we don't spend too much time on the strip, but we do try and we try and skate. Like there's like a lot of mountains around here and things like that. So we try and skate like on the mountains and do train out in cool places, because there's a lot of beautiful scenery and the weather's really good, so it's easy for us to skate because it's not raining all the time. Because you can't really roller skate in the rain, and that's the one problem I had with Birmingham, was that it's raining a lot, so we couldn't really skate as much as we wanted because it's too wet, So at least it's a little bit drier out here, so we can get more practice in. Really,
we've had one of the worst summers ever this year. Just tell us about the temperature at the moment in Vegas. Is it still over 100?
Oh yeah, it's like 110 today.
Ugh.
Yeah, we learned our roller skating act down in Birmingham down at the basketball court in our local park. We always used to had to rely on the weather. My mum was like, "Oh, I think it's going to rain between 5 and 6 today, so we'll go, from 4 to 5 or from 7 to 9." And it was really we had to work around the rain to train. We needed the circle that was in the middle of the basketball court. And it was really crazy growing up, waiting on the rain still.
But right now, the weather in Vegas is over 100 every day, and it's super dry. So I mean, the weather. I do like the weather. That's one thing I do like.
It's a shame there isn't a middle ground, really, where you could not have the rain. We've had pouring rain here today, and it's 15 degrees. I've actually got the heating on. I'm serious.
Oh, wow.
Two last questions. How's Mel B doing? Because, of course, you're on AGT with Mel, and we love her very much over here. Have you had much to do with her?
She's just a lovely person, really, and she's a role model for a lot of American, a lot of people out here. Like my wife, she absolutely loves Mel B, and she's like, "Oh my God, she's a hero to me." You know what I mean? So Mel B is like a hero for so many people out here. She's such a role model for everyone. She's such a lovely person as well. So, I mean, that's all I can say about her, really.
Yeah, she's fun.
She pointed out about she lost her dad recently, and she's like, "Guys, I don't know what you're going through. I don't understand. It's something you never get over." She understands everything. She's a mom as well, and she's super supportive. Everything she says, we know that it's going to be
how kind
towards us.
Yeah, that's lovely. And my final question to you, Billy, when she's holding on to your beard and spinning around you at 750 miles an hour and 800 people are watching you twice nightly at Absinthe, is there any way of describing the pain?
Yeah, I mean, I would. The only way I could describe it is out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, is an 11.
Right.
11 out of 10.
Is there some sibling rivalry that you rather enjoy that, Emily?
I'm going to say no.
We bicker. We're brother and sister. We just always bicker and we're always at each other. You can't spend too much. We're just like normal brother and sister. It's like we're good in small doses around each other, and then it gets too much. So an hour's my maximum. I can be around her.
Yeah, he'll like, "Oh, you smell." He'll send me a text before the show. "Make sure you shower. You stink." I'm like, "Oh, Billy, leave me alone."
Thank God it's such a short act.
Yeah, exactly.
I have been really lucky in this business to meet a lot of people who are incredible. There's Brandon down there at Zoomanity, and there's you at Absinthe. I think you are two of the most incredible people who have ever worked in show business. I think your act is remarkable, and people need to get and see it quick because it's incredible. You can go on YouTube and put in Billy and Emily, and it'll come up from AGT. Those videos are amazing, and what a legacy to have those around forever, because they make you look great, don't they? As great as you are without all the lights and stuff.
I felt like it was an action movie.
Incredible.
I mean, the camera works great, and it's great that it can be recorded and stuff. And they're like, it's really amazing that you can get it all on high quality cameras, because I don't want to, the iPhone videos aren't quite the same. You know what I mean? When you film yourself on the iPhone, it's like 8 megapixels. It's not quite the same quality. When you look like a little ant on it. So we try and record everything on our phones when we rehearse, but it doesn't look as good from like 25 feet away, and you're about a centimeter tall.
I have huge admiration for both of you. Stay delicious, won't you, Emily?
I promise.
I'm begging you, and I suppose you too, Billy.
Well, I don't feel like that. I just try and get on with it, basically.
It's an incredible act. Congratulations. I'll be back in October, and I'm going to come and see you again at Absinthe at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Catch AGT on NBC through the summer. And Billy and Emily, you can find out more by going to @BillyandEmilyOfficial on Facebook and all the other places as well, Twitter. And thank you so much for your time, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.